And hello, folks. It is I, Kamikaze, here to bring you some more random stuff for no apparent reason. So a huge trend that is happening, that has been happening. I'm always behind the loop, but I mean, I hear about it, but I don't do anything about it. Is called fidget spinners. But no sooner do they get released than do they get shot down by absolutely everyone and their uncles, sisters, cousins, former roommate. People are saying that it's just for autistic people, just for people with ADD. They are stupid and so forth. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter what they are. If they help someone, they help someone. If they don't, they don't. No one has any right to be like, you know what? Oh, autistic screeching and memes like that. I mean, seriously. Because funny thing was, is my mother actually just bought me one, and I never thought much of them. I was rather curious about how they worked and so forth. I mean, all they do is spin, which is interesting. This one isn't very good according to online because it doesn't spin for very long. It actually only spins for like, I don't know, 10, 20 seconds, somewhere around there. It's kind of cool though because unlike some of them, okay, um, yeah, it's got a whole bunch of little different, couple different settings and whatnot. One of these things is already dying, and I've had it for like 10 minutes. Um, I don't see why people have such hate for these things and like the fidget cubes and pretty much anything else that comes out that's well that they're cheaply made. I mean, seriously, this thing has a piece that barely even sits inside of it without it falling out. The other two are actually pretty good. Um, and so I did some research on these things actually just the other day, and in this case, see if I can take this thing apart. Oh, I'm not gonna take it apart with that. That's not gonna work. Oh, actually, let's use a karambit. And so we're gonna. I saw this done on a video, not with a karambit, mind you. Uh, oh, jeez. Oh, that was just me. Never mind. That one piece fell out again. Uh, so what's under here is the main bearing. These most of them, like the tri spinners or triple spinner, I don't know what these things are called. Um, have what is known as a 608 bearing, which from what I understand is from skateboards. I've never really skateboarded ever. Uh, but that's what they look like. Focus. Focus camera. Focus. Ah, close enough. You can see it. So this little thing in here has a bunch of steel pieces. There's apparently three styles of common bearings. One's fully ceramic, one's a ceramic steel hybrid, and the other one is, I think, this one, which is just solid steel, which is, out of all of them, probably the worst. Whoa, that feels weird with one of those things missing. Unbalanced. That's cool though. Um, there's the only reason I'm not even making this video really about the fidget spinners themselves, but why is it that it seems like this generation of people has such a low tolerance for anything? How does this bother you? How does that bother you? It's a freaking toy. Don't think of it as anything besides a toy. It's a fad. It will go on for so long, it will disappear. It may reappear in a couple decades for all we know in some other form. But the fact of the matter is that the people who have issues with these kind of things, I don't understand. Because this doesn't hurt you. This spinny thing, if this bugs you, you have bigger problems than I do. I mean, see if I can pop all these things out of here. So these are like supposedly little weights, and these apparently are very bad for spinners because they just aren't weighted properly or something like that. I don't know. Let's see if I can. Oh, look, I can. I can. Boom. Look. So these are the things you have a problem with. You have a problem with a piece of plastic molded in a specific fashion, and you have a problem with a 608 bearing. That spins better without it. See why these things are in skateboards. How do those things really work anyway? Getting off track here. And balancing weights. I mean, whoever invented this was actually pretty ingenious just for something to do. The fact that it blew up so large is something that still astounds me, because it's just so addicting. But here's the thing: is when you were a kid, it had nothing to do with autism, ADD, ADHD, and other things. You wanted to fidget with stuff. You wanted to flick things, make things move around. You played with a pen during class, a pen cap, folded it, folded paper. All that stuff is the same as this. It's just something to do with your hands. The fact that this bugs you is ridiculous. One thing that bugs me is the people that are spending $20, $30, $40 for these kind of things. My mother is actually trying to get this refunded because she spent $12 on this. And so I went online, I bought enough to build 3 fidget spinners for $8. Yes, you can build your own fidget spinner for just like $2.30 yourself. Or you can buy some of them that are really crappy for like $2. But I'm talking like what I ordered just because I wanted to, see the whole process kind of thing, is I actually ordered the best bearings, which are apparently the hybrid ones. I bought 3 for $1, which 3 for $1 means you could fill up 3 points, and then a fourth one. So I bought 12. So I have enough to make 3 fidget spinners. I also bought the little plastic things, which cost me like 70 cents, I think. Sure, they're coming from China and they're going to take forever to get here. That doesn't matter. If you want one of these yourself just to fiddle around with, there's no problem with it. No one here will ever have a problem. Whoever does will get smacked in the face with probably a salmon or something. Um, because I try and look at things from people's perspectives, but when people's perspectives are like saying that, and like the terms that people use, like emojis are cancerous, or things are cancerous, or that's autistic, or stuff like that, you guys are just dumb. Yes, I said it, you are dumb. Why? Because it's not. You're just being really dumb, and you're dumb. There's no other way of putting it. I can't put it any simpler for you to understand. But if this toy bothers you, I mean, unless someone's spinning it in your face, balancing it on your head, making it have a nice little cap. There we go. Boop. I now have a nice spinny cap. If someone's throwing these at you like ninja stars, that's a reason to hate these things. But if someone is just bored and they're just flicking this, they're wasting time like all of us did as kids, with one item or another. Heck, those pinky racers. Those big fat pinky racers? I used to stab it with a pencil and act like bullet holes because it made cool little designs on there. Downside is after you stabbed it so many times it fell apart, but it didn't matter. I ended up getting another one anyway. You played with pencil sharpeners to see how long you could make the shaving go even though you didn't need to sharpen your pencil. All of that is the same as these things. It's just something to keep you occupied. If someone makes a hobby of it and starts doing like cool little like tricks or stuff like that, then they found something cool to do. There's the same thing as like razor scooters. Those little like 2-wheeled scooter things that became super popular before the hoverboards, which hoverboards just look stupid, but if that gets you from where you're going, that's fine. If those razor scooters, when they came out, they were like had like the same kind of thing done to them where they're stupid, they're impractical, and then people make sports out of them. I saw some people, there's a skate park near me, and I saw some people on those scooters doing some insane, I mean insane things on those like scooters. All props to them. They took something that some people thought was stupid and turned it into something cool. You know what? That could happen with this, that could happen with that could happen with anything. I mean, this is more of a rant than anything, but people who are getting bothered by these fidget toys, I really hate that they're being advertised for autistic, ADD, ADHD kind of things, because that's just a ploy to get them to sell. And then that same terminology, someone goes, oh, you, like, my mother gave this to me. I didn't go, what, you think I'm autistic? No, I was just like, oh, cool. Whoop-de-doo. Because that's all it is. It's a toy. Except for my toy, it frickin' blinks. And you know what? That just makes this thing 10 times cooler because it blinks. You could add lights to anything and it would make it frickin' awesome. Think about it. Whee! So, I mean, in short, this generation is basing their sales on the way things are named, and then they're taking the names way too seriously. Kids, especially. All these kids that are like avoiding these things because they're worried about what other people think about them. Who cares? I bet 90% of you that have complained about them, that think they're, all that kind of stuff that I've mentioned before, have wanted to play with one. Because it's what we do. We play with things. So, for the world out there that has a problem with these, get over it.